Currently based in Kent. Who's based in Kent?
Yeah, I know. It's like,
Why didn't it work out?
oh, that's a story for another day, Mary. That's all I can say.
Is it above my pay grade?
It's above the pay grade.
Have you been? Do you think you've been in love before?
Oh my days.
Sorry, I'm asking these curious questions. Hi guys, welcome back. I'm here with my friend Jessie. This is episode 12, and I'm very excited to have Jessie on today. Do you want to introduce yourself a little bit, maybe?
Yeah, no, thank you, Mary. Really happy to be here. My name is Jessie. I go by Jessie Ayo. I'm a rapper from the UK, currently based in Kent.
Currently based in Kent. Who's based in Kent?
Yeah, I know. But coming to London soon, a lot of things planned.
I heard Jessie say that he's got an album coming up at some point as well. What's that about? Tell me everything. I need to know. Jessie makes Christian rap in particular.
Yeah.
Which I have so many questions about that. But first of all, I want you to tell them when you're dropping your album. If you have a date already, or if you don't, then say that as well.
So this album, Mary, I'm going to give you the inside scoop. So this album is called A Love Worth Living For. So yeah.
A Love Worth Living For.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
That's so cute.
Everything's pretty much like ready to go. Just want to get a few more like details ironed out, but it will be dropping this year.
Yeah, that's so cute. Wait, so is it going to be about your relationship with God, or is it going to be about like romantic love, or a bit of both?
Oh yeah, that's a good question. So on what you said, like as a Christian rapper, I'd say that personally, for me, I want to make rap that glorifies God. I call it like kingdom music, I'd say. And so it goes back to, I guess, in the Bible when Jesus is talking about how we need to be the salt of the earth, and it goes back to how back in the day salt was used to like preserve meat and different things from decay. And so we're supposed to be in this world full of darkness, to prevent the decay and to bring light to people's struggles and stuff. And I believe that's what this album is, about. That's what my music has been about from when I started, and just how faith helps me to overcome struggles and bring that light to other people as well. Talking of personal relationships, Loki, the single that I just dropped, I Say, which is out now on all streaming platforms, the first verse kind of speaks about different aspects of like relationships that I might have been in the past, and kind of tells a story about that, along with like a lot of other kind of things as well. But yeah, relationships with people, relationship with God, and just kind of my stories. To be honest, it's a project that's been built from since we were like uni days, when I used to record in Roots.
Wow.
And we go out after and stuff. Yeah, so it's kind of a culmination, and like, because I haven't really released a lot of like solo songs, so like this is the first full, like this is like Jessie Ayo, like.
Did you know from a young age that you wanted to make an album at some point, and you were kind of working towards that, or was it more you were just writing your feelings, your thoughts here and there, and then it kind of accumulated into like what you have now and what you're going to produce? Or was it a bit of both? Was it a bit of like, I want to have an album someday, I'm not really sure, I just like making music right now and I'm going to keep going with that and then see if it creates something else? Or was it like, I have a clear-cut plan?
Yes, in terms of music, so going into that, I could tell you that story of how like I first started making music.
Yeah.
Picture maybe me like year 9, year 10, just going through life, enjoying. I like school a lot, but then had a good friend like David started making beats with. I wanted to make beats because I love Metro Boomin. He was like everything that was like coming out in the 2016, 2017 times. Like, I want to be like this guy. When on YouTube, he uses FL Studio, so I start making beats. I don't really rap, but it comes to like NCS, like NCS.
Yeah.
And it was like the talent show. There was a girl I liked at the time, and I wanted to impress her, so I wrote a song, not a specific song for her, but I was like, yeah, if I do this rap, I think she'll be impressed. And so I did it. I performed. That was the first song I've written, called Something Different, which even though at the time it was a kind of, wanting to impress this girl, it's kind of like my statement that I want to do something different in this music scene. I don't want to do what, other people are doing in terms of just, I guess in a way, like a lot of the music that I love, Kendrick, J. Cole, Davis, is beautiful music that I grew up loving, my inspiration, but also, I wanted to have music that Christians can listen to as well, without swearing, and like, just uplifting music. So that's what Something Different was about. And yeah, it was good. She liked it, and the story goes. And then from there, that's when I first said I wanted to start making music. And so an album, to answer your question, it was never really at the forefront of my mind, but I feel as I started going on this journey, it's like became clear that as a musician, I want to express myself in that way, like on the album. So yeah.
Why is there always a girl involved?
Yeah,
there's always a girl involved.
There's always a girl.
What happened with her? Did you impress her?
Yeah, I impressed her. Like, yeah, she was my girlfriend for a bit, but then it didn't go to plan. It didn't work out. But like,
why didn't it work out?
Oh, that's a story for another day, Mary. That's all I can say.
Is it above my pay grade?
It's above the pay grade. No, but shout out to her though. Yeah, I hope she's doing well.
Do you think you've been in love before?
Oh my days.
Sorry, I'm asking you serious questions. Yeah.
So, have I ever been in love? I would say no, I haven't been in love like in that kind of like relationship before because it is gonna go deep. But it's like even when I have been in a relationship, I don't think like how do I kind of say? I feel like I didn't put my best self like forward or my full self like into it, and I don't think like I've ever. I just don't think I ever felt that way about someone necessarily. But I definitely know, what love is, from, faith and also, family, but never I don't think I could say I've been in love. What about you? I have to ask you because you asked me, I'm asking you.
I feel like I've experienced like a puppy love in my first relationship at university. I think he was so sweet and so kind, and he was like the best first partner to have in terms of learning how to love. So I think I've experienced, because in that time as well, we were very much, I would do anything for him, he would do anything for me. It wasn't toxic, it was very healthy, but we just knew we wanted the best for each other. And I think that's what love is, like having a partner in your life who uplifts you, who you want to uplift, who encourages you, and who you can do that same thing for also. So I think I've definitely experienced it before. My second relationship is a nice guy, but I don't think it was love. Don't think it was love. I think it was we were too different, and we had different standards for life, and we had different aspirations, and we just was so different that I don't think you could create love out of the relation, like out of the situation that we had. But yeah, no, I think I've experienced it for sure. But I think it's something that the more times you experience it, the more you know how to love. And also, as you said, like experiencing love in other ways. I've definitely got friends, family, and also love myself as well.
Yeah.
First and foremost. But I think with what you were saying, I get it though, because it's kind of hard to know how to love someone when you're so young, when you're still learning how to love yourself. Love is actually the two of you working together towards something. And when you're so young, you don't know what you're really working towards. You don't know who you are. You don't know what you're going to be, who you're going to be. So like, I understand why it would be difficult to be in love at a young age. But I feel like the more you get to know yourself, the more you love yourself, the easier it is to find that love.
Yeah. I also think that on the topic of the album title, which, yeah, to be honest, is centered on love. It's that love that I would say that Jesus speaks about. That's the first love in essence, that no greater love has no man than this. I think it says in the Bible that a man would lay down life for his friends. And it's like, that's the picture of love that I have, that, for God to love the world, he gave, that Jesus laid his life down for me, for you, for everyone like in the world. And so that first thing is a pretty big thing. Like, would I be willing to lay my life down or put my life on the line for this certain person in my life? Would I, in essence, put her above myself? And, I just feel haven't given out that love, or I haven't on this journey, like as of now, I haven't found that person that I could really do that for. Because as you say, love is yeah, deep. There's a lot that goes in. But I think that for me is essential, and then everything flows out of that. And then you can have that self-love, that that if Jesus paid the price for me, I'm worth something. I'm worth a lot in his eyes, in the eyes of God. And that counts more than what any like girl, whatever, any person would see when they look at me. Like, you have the internal self-worth from him, and then you can just walk and be empowered. So yeah, I don't know if it's making sense, but yeah.
No, it does. It makes a lot of sense. Like the love that you get from your faith and from God is a love that fills you up, that you can then give to someone else as well.
Yeah.
It's like a love from the core, from within.
Yeah.
Do you think that you could be with someone long term who doesn't share like your faith, or do you think as long as they're a kind person, then you might not mind? But because it's such a big part of you, I don't know. Obviously, you tell me.
Yeah, I'd say that for me, again, like as a Christian, it's like there could be someone that I do like and that I'm attracted to and that we get on. But for me, I have to go with what I feel like the Bible says, which says, like, the verse, I think, is like, do not be unequally yoked with like unbelievers. So or also says in Amos 3:3, can two walk together unless they're agreed? It's like, if me and you are like holding hands, but then I'm like, Mary, I want to go this way.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I want to go that way. It's like, it's just going to be tension. And I feel like there'll be too much, tension in that kind of aspect. So I think that, yeah, to answer it short, yeah, I think they have to be a Christian.
I gotta be a Christian. As long as you know what you want, and like, as long as they're a kind person, I think. And because the thing is, you can be a Christian by name, but also a bad person by practice.
Yeah.
So, you never know. And then you could be someone who maybe doesn't believe in like the principle of a God, but still shares the values and practices that a Christian might share. So
it's true. I mean, only God knows. And there's specific certain situations in life where like maybe someone is with someone that's not necessarily like in the faith. But for me, like, I feel, again, as you say, I feel that personally, like, as a Christian, like, what you do, or rather in the Bible, it's not necessarily Christian, but like disciple or follower of Jesus, is like you listen to what the word says. And so I think, you shouldn't just, as you say, just be like, oh, this person says they're a Christian, and so that's calm, like they tick the box. But no, like, you have to get to know them, like in any relationship, what's their heart saying, and from there you just have to kind of discern and see. So it is difficult, but it's good. I mean, people find love is something
it's a nice thing. Cool. Yeah. love is the number one thing that people make songs about, they make music about.
Yeah.
But like going back to your album that's coming out, is that then going to be a blend of like about different types of love, or is it more about your relationship with God, or is it about all types?
I feel like it's going to be mainly about the relationship with God, but I think it extends into all types, as you say. Mainly, I think what you said was quite beautiful about if you have that love in the core and that goes out, you know, you have that love that you can share with, you know, the other person, or not only that person that you're in a relationship with, but also like your friends, your family. It just spreads to everyone. And that's like not only that personal love, because first and foremost it is, but then it's like a community, you know, and love, like together, everyone coming together. So I believe that would be in terms of the title. And then the music is just like, I feel just that Jessie Ayo kind of sound, you know, a blend of a lot of different things, but really uplifting. Yeah.
Honestly, I really love your song, Grateful. It's in my liked playlist on Spotify. I love it so much. Yeah, no, honestly, Grateful. So I was like, honestly, it's such a good song. It's honestly one of the first songs that I've heard, like raps as well, that I've heard that speaks about something different than the norm, which is like girls making money, whatever it is. And it's nice, it's like uplifting, and like it makes you realize that even in your verses where it's like some have more than me, some have less, and talk about being grateful because you understand that, you know, you have so much, even if you're not like a multi-millionaire or whatever it is, you have so much going for you, your family, your friends, yourself, the fact that you even have food, a home, like your song makes you remind yourself of how much there is to be like grateful for and to be blessed for, which I really like. In your journey with your music, have there been many challenges that you faced in terms of anything really, and in terms of yourself, mentally, or other people?
I'd say in terms of setbacks, I feel the main thing is like, which I'm happy about this album, is just like confidence to like believe in the sound that I have, because I always believe like I never kind of strayed away from what I was writing, and I believe I was always on a journey where I had in my mind I wanted to glorify God, and obviously like I feel it's refined and changed like as I've grown. I made a lot of music with my very good friend Capital A.
Oh yeah.
And so dropped an EP with him, dropped a full project with him, and you know that project was even a gospel, hip hop, jazz inspired. So it was actually like amazing to do that with him, and I feel that I worked with him so much, and I loved it. I love collaborating. I love to be working with people, but I also, you know, felt the inkling, you know, to do my own things. And I guess like I feel confidence at certain points, you know, held us back. But again, you have to just move in faith. Like with this whole album, just moving in faith that, you know, something that needs to be out that people need to hear, want to listen to. And so just going with that, that's definitely one thing. I guess also you feel like, I think it's a lot of people resonate with this. Like you go uni, there's something that I'm doing. Like I did biomedical science, and then also had this gift for music. And you're thinking, oh, you know, what do I do? Do I continue down this kind of path, the maybe so-called corporate path, or like continue to, or more go with music, or do both? And I feel that, you know, God leads us all, and we all have a different journey. And so sometimes I figured, oh, should I have done this and that way? But I guess what's done is done. You like forget the former things and you push ahead to like, what's the focus now? The focus is this album. The focus is these things that I guess God has placed on my heart to do. And, you know, you just got to take it step by step. So I just think overcoming doubt, overcoming like low confidence. Those have been the things. But with faith, like, I feel, yeah.
Amazing. No, I'm so glad you feel that way, and like you've come so far as well. And even that battle between should I go into corporate, should I go into music? And that's amazing, because when you get to a point where like either hopefully your music goes far and you do many things with it, but you always have one foot in the door of corporate just in case, you never know. I think a lot of the times that young people like our age and younger as well, they get gripped into this whole like, thing that they see on social media of like, oh, I made one song and now I'm like making millions and stuff like that, and they want to like not go to school and not go to uni and not do these things. And it's like, fine if that's your path, if that's what you genuinely think you will make you successful, but more time than not it doesn't work out for a lot of people. And so to be able to know that you've got like a safety net and you've got something there, and I think it's just really intelligent and like a good way of operating, and like hopefully the music does go really far, and I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will. What sort of plans do you have for your music though? Do you have any sort of idea of where you want to take it, or is it more just like you're going to keep making it for now and here and see where it goes?
I'd say that at this time, I feel like the focus is the album. Then from there, you know, once this is out, then from there I can just continue to release like new music, like singles and stuff. I also want to like branch out, definitely do more shows, connect with people in different spaces, both mainly like the whole time that I've been a musician, I've been the kind of like secular music space, and I feel it's great because again, you can bring light to that space. But I also feel it's good to be in the Christian community. There's a lot of like great Christian rappers that are coming out like now and like have been out making a lot of great music. There's a young 18-year-old called DC3 that I really love his music. A guy called Decker who makes some like cold music, Still Shady, Why Shady. A lot of different guys. Suavo, my brother. Yeah, I'm name dropping a lot of guys. Have to. Casey, Saucy Shacks. They're hard. They're the truth. And like, there's a lot of Christian rappers rising up, and I feel it's good to be in that space and in that community and to just start doing shows, connecting with people just everywhere. I also feel, God willing, like with the music, I can start to do some more like stuff where I'm interactive. People see my face more. So hopefully, you want to start some more like kind of YouTube stuff. I think it would be cool just to kind of build that community as well.
What do you mean by YouTube stuff though? Like music videos or like what? Like live streaming or?
I feel like streaming would be, for me personally, is like the next thing. And like, yeah, just kind of like YouTube videos, maybe just a beat video, just maybe speaking to people, just a lot of different things. But I feel I want to be able to bring light in other ways because again, going back to what you said about grateful, we don't necessarily know what like tomorrow holds. You should have faith and belief and vision and then work towards it. Like, but I also believe that there's other things that God might want me to do. And that's a thing that, I mean, I don't know who would be listening. There'll probably be some people that are Christian, some people that are not, different faiths, but also thinking not just about what we want to do for ourselves, but also what God wants to do because he knows the best plan for us. Like it says in the Bible, for I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope in the future. That hope and future, we're doing all we can to secure it, but really it's securing God. Like he already holds it, he already knows what's the best for us. And so sometimes that means, letting go and letting God and kind of seeing what he wants us to do.
Can I ask you then, this is a different question, it wasn't in my thing, but from what you're saying, with like the idea of God having a plan for you, God kind of knowing what's going to happen and knowing what's best for you, how does that come into play with then having free will and like making your acts yourself and choosing your destiny and choosing your path versus if God's plan is going to happen anyway, why should I do anything? Because it's going to happen regardless. Like what's the balance with that?
That's a really interesting question. And I think it's one of those things where there is predestination, that there's an expected end that God has for you, but there's not like predetermination as like, I can right now swat this mic, I can start doing like handstands. I'm in control of my own, life, like we all are, but there's a specific way that we can walk if we choose to. Like when I believe like, as a Christian and you submit to, God's will, there's a certain way that you can begin to walk. And so it's a case of there is an expected end, for you, a great plan, a good plan that God knows that will fulfill us more than anything. And so, but you won't just get there just from sheer, I'm just going to see where the wind takes me. It's like, the same applies, for example, even for us to go to uni, we could be in uni, we have everything, we have the lecturers, we have the notes, you have the equipment. If you don't do the work, then you're never gonna get there. And in the same way, it's with God. Once that expected end is revealed to you, God's not just gonna give it to you on a silver plate. Even in the life of Jesus, everything that he did, it wasn't on a silver plate for him. In fact, like he had to suffer for us, and the road to that was full of challenges. It was full of a lot of steps he had to take. I think it's the same for us if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. It's like you're saying hard work meets God's intention as well.
Yeah, definitely.
That makes a lot of sense actually. I quite like that message. For me, it resonates in the way of, even though I was born and raised as a Christian and Catholic, and I went to Catholic school my whole life, but I wouldn't say I believe in God. I believe in more like the power of the universe. I feel like a lot of my principles and my values align with the core principle of religion, which is like spreading love, spreading happiness, spreading positivity. But I would say that aligns more with my belief where success is where hard work meets luck. Whereas I think luck is more, for me, it's like universe making things happen once you've put the hard work in. And for you, the luck is God and God's intention for you. And that meets your hard work and you make something beautiful out of it. Yeah, I think it's like the same sort of principle. And this is the thing, it's like religion doesn't have to be so clear cut in terms of a faith where you follow a higher being and it's God. It can be whatever it means to you and whatever it works out for you. Like, I think I have faith in something, it's just not necessarily God. I saw a show I was watching recently, some guy was saying how there was like a couple and it was like a dating show. It's Love is Blind. I don't know if you've watched it.
Oh, yeah, I've seen Love is Blind.
Have you seen the most recent one?
No, I don't know if I've seen the
Okay, no, there's a couple in it where they keep having like these massive debates because they fell in love. The guy proposed to the girl and she says to him, I'm kind of uncomfortable with the fact that you're Christian because some of my views might clash in terms of, she doesn't know if his faith will allow for gay rights and things like that. And he was just saying to her, like, of course I'm pro all of that, but where the religion sometimes does have some things where some pastors might push an agenda, he was saying, for me, it's not about religion, it's about having faith. And like you can separate the two and you can have faith in something while also not necessarily having to believe in that one higher being, but having faith.
Yeah, I mean, I think that in every generation, if we just look at our generation, like everyone has faith in something, because even if we just put it to a simple, like we've woken up today, we're here, like we're recording, like we're speaking together. It's like, there's no way that we could guarantee that, if that makes sense. Like there's no 100% chance because like, today some people didn't wake up today. It's one of those things, you have faith in some, like everyone has faith in something, but they just might not, see it as faith, but they still definitely do. And for me, I'm called to love everyone and to respect everyone and treat people, again, as Jesus said, treat people as you'd like to be treated and treat people with love and care. And but I feel that in terms of faith, especially like when you come to the love is blind thing, and that it's an internal faith. Every faith will always kind of go against each other in one way. If we say like Christianity and Islam, the main thing that's a difference is Jesus. Christianity believes Jesus died on the cross, but in Islam the belief is that he didn't die, but that Allah took him to heaven. And so we have these different faiths that no matter what we all believe in, there's going to be some points where there's just like lines in the sand. But in this society, that shouldn't be something that is destructive, but rather we still come together, we can still continue to interact because we're in this world together, so we need to interact and we can all be able to share those values. I don't know necessarily the word, but there'll always be that kind of critical difference.
Nuances, like nuances in people's thinking and like what they believe in. I feel like it makes a lot of sense what you're saying, and like how everyone's got their own individual faith and they've got a core thing that holds them and roots them down to who they are and what they believe in and why they operate and how they operate. But then when it's sometimes expressed like kind of differently and like there are some nuances and like, oh, I believe this small minor change, I believe that's slightly different, but at the end of it they all believe in something that holds them together and they believe in a greater being and a greater goodness and a greater energy or whatever it is. Okay, we don't have a lot of time left, so I'm thinking I might just ask you, what's one piece of advice you'd give someone who wants to start making music?
Whoa. I'd say just start, like don't overthink it. Download FL Studio, download Logic if you have a Mac, and then just start making music. There's a lot of tools like YouTube, see how you can make different beats and just go for it literally. And there's so many different places if you want to record. Just learn and just begin. Don't let anyone like tell you like you can't do it, and just go for it the way it has to be.
That's such a good message. We've got a few more minutes left, so I'm gonna ask you some would you rather questions that all like related to what we've been talking about today, so I'm like, it's just on topic.
Cool.
Would you rather only be able to rap in Bible verses or have to freestyle all of your prayers?
Whoa, I think only rapping Bible verses. I don't want to freestyle my prayers. I need like a prayer list. There's certain things like I want to do in like a kind of way.
There's a structure to how you pray.
Yeah, or so in terms of prayer, I'll make this quick because I know we don't have a lot of time. So I would say if we look at like the Bible, what Jesus said and the blueprint, because a lot of people just say our Father who are in heaven and they just pray that, but really that's saying it's a blueprint, and if you just go through the different kind of lines, it covers all the things that you should pray about, and then also there'll be things on your heart. And if you want more information, just go to BLB Matthew 6, and then just go through that. But yeah, that's
blueprint. I did not know that even existed, but that's good to know. Okay, would you rather have a choir follow you around singing background vocals for everything you say, or have a live DJ scratch and drop beats every time you enter a room?
What the heck? No, but the choir could get a bit annoying, especially like in work or stuff. But like choir would be cool. Yeah, I'll just do the choir. I don't know about the beat thing. I'll do the choir. I think the beat maker thing is more annoying. Just every time I come into a room, it's like the guys on the decks, so it'll be long.
Imagine you like every time you're like around people, the choir's gonna be like, like that's.
It'll be nice like for a wedding. That's nice. Like, I just step in, they can do that.
Like, who's that guy? Okay, would you rather have your voice permanently auto-tuned or only be able to rap in a whisper?
Nah, man, it has to be permanent auto-tune, because then I can even sing nicer as well. And rapping in auto-tune still sounds calm. Bro, I could even just be one of those melodic rappers, yeah.
But melodic and auto-tune, surely that's not right. Like melodies.
Nah, like as in the auto-tune rappers, but like I guess they can be classes like melodic rap. Like when Drake does his little singing, like he's got auto-tune on there, and like all of that, yeah.
Oh my god, you're like T-Bone. Okay, would you rather never be able to listen to music again or never be able to perform again?
Long day. I do love performing, but wait, what about worship? Because if I can still worship, then I'll say never perform again. I'll just worship, do stuff like that.
Yeah, you can worship. Worship isn't like performing. I guess it depends on what worshipping is for you, but I don't think worshipping is.
No, yeah, definitely not. Then yeah, that I've got out of that, man. I just not perform anymore. I just worship, man. That's calm.
You like perform, but like call it a worship.
Yeah, man.
You and Brixton Jam. I'm worshipping.
I'm worshipping, guys.
I'm worshipping.
Join me if you want, but I'm worshipping myself.
Okay, last question is: if Jesus were alive today, do you think he'd be into Christian rap?
Yeah, I mean, fundamentally, as a Christian, we believe he's in heaven, so he's there. I believe he's jamming like right now. He loves Grateful. He loves what all the Christian rappers doing, like music that glorifies him. that's the way. So I think he's happy, he's smiling down.
Okay, I love that. Actually, last question. I ask everyone, as in just my sister so far, but I ask everyone, what's the favourite song of yours that you're listening to right now?
Oh, what song right now? Does that have to be one, or could it be maybe be?
It can be two. Go crazy.
Okay, there's a song. It's called "Bring Heaven Down" by Hovey, which is a Christian rapper that I like. Just trying to think. Is it cheeky to say my own?
No, of course not.
I say by Jessie. Because that, yeah, you should listen to that.
I love that. We're bringing it out in full circle because it's like earlier we were talking about self-love and it's like, yeah, my music is great. I love that.
I mean, yeah, that's what I've been listening to.
It's called I Say by Jessie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then by the last one is Worship, to be fair. Like Upper Rooms, You Are God Alone. It's nice, it's on YouTube. Those are the things that I've been really listening to. I mean, if you have me on again, we can talk about music.
We'll definitely talk more. We've got a lot more to say, I'm sure we do, but we'll have to leave it there for now. But it was so lovely to have you on. Thank you for coming on. Thank you guys, I'll see you next time.